Hello, welcome to the 1st of December, and this is going to be my Vlogmas series. We shall see how I go, whether I can reach my goal of vlogging every day until Christmas. Inspired by, I've spoken before that I really loved Kyle and Jenny Apple, and I remember Jenny doing it, I think it was last year. So I thought I'm going to give it a go. If I can't do it, that's fine too. But I am going to continue this Vlogmas straight from the last video. So it's not a Vlogmas of what is happening today, although today I did have a lovely day going to church with the family. The church was all decorated with Christmas stuff, so it felt very Christmassy, and I was just really blessed during the worship. We learned a new song that really meant a lot to me because it really just encouraged me to keep praying for healing. So that was my favorite part of church today. There was a good message as well by the pastor getting onto his Christmas series, so that was also nice. But this video is all about me delivering a Christmas tree to a former doctor of mine who also is in Brisbane. I go right into the story, so if you know my backstory already, you might want to skip through that bit, that's fine. But if you're not up to date on everything about my story, you might want to stay and listen to it. But I thought this would be a good way to start Vlogmas because it's all about Christmas. It's all about the spirit of giving, and it's also connected to my Cancer Chronicles and just how we can show our appreciation to our medical staff and all that they do for us. So please enjoy it. I've made a little Christmas tree, or decorated a little Christmas tree. So yeah, I'll do that as the video goes on, and then I've got some footage as before and after as I deliver it to my doctor in Brisbane, and then my report of visiting my other doctor over in another hospital in Brisbane. So thank you for tuning in to the Vlogmas series. If you would like to keep watching all these videos in December and you're not subscribed, please do so, and I'll love to see you hopefully tomorrow. Here is a job that I am going to do. I've got my tea and a piece of apple slice, but it's like a muesli thingy, but I overcooked it, so it's a bit more crunchy than I thought. And I've got this little tree that I bought on Temu, and then I've probably spent too much on the decorations to go with it. But if you can remember back last year, I had a doctor, so I'll turn around and talk to you. The story is, when I first got diagnosed back in 2017 with cancer, I was in Brisbane. I just had back surgery, and afterwards in a routine scan, for those of you who don't know my story, in a routine scan, after I had had the spinal surgery, let's try that again. So to go right back and start at the beginning for this story, for those of you who don't know my story, I had spinal surgery. I had a very bad curvature of the spine, scoliosis. I went in and got that surgically fixed. Post-surgery, they were doing a routine chest x-ray, and they saw that there were some shadows in my chest that previously they thought were just connected to organs being in the wrong place because of the spine pushing them. They realized it wasn't, did a whole big, what is this? Came back, it's cancer. No, came back, it was a tumor, and they thought it was benign because they did a biopsy and came back as benign. Had to go back in and get the tumor taken out. When they went to get the tumor out, they're like, it's cancer. So I was in hospital and I needed to find an oncologist. The Brisbane people were saying all the Brisbane oncologists are better, and I thought surely we've got some good oncologists up in Toowoomba. So I rang my GP. My GP said there is an oncologist who works at the hospital I was in at the time, at the Wesley Hospital, and there's an oncologist, and he also travels St Andrews in Toowoomba, which is where I would go in Toowoomba. So I thought that sounds wonderful, and so I had that doctor back in 2017, and then when 2020 came, he stopped coming up to Toowoomba, but I still saw him until last year when I was getting all the SVC, I think it was last year, yeah, SVC things and everything were all happening, things were going wrong, and when I saw my current doctor that I have over in the Mater, which is in a different hospital in Brisbane, I'd said to him, because I was talking to him at the time, because my doctor had passed me on to the Mater doctor, because they're all in the same group, and he had said, I want you to go and talk to my colleague because he might have some trials for you and that might give you a better shot. And so I loved my doctor over at the Wesley, and I went and talked to the Mater trial doctor, who I also love, which you know. But I was then talking to him about how I need to have a Toowoomba doctor. And then all of a sudden, my Mater doctor just organised my Toowoomba doctor. In the meantime, I haven't been seeing my Wesley doctor because I'd been seeing the Mater doctor, and he just organised it all, but I was still getting some treatments in Toowoomba under my Wesley doctor's name. And when I had a problem, the nurses tried to contact my old doctor, and he said, she's not my patient anymore, go and contact the Toowoomba doctor. And I actually wasn't the Toowoomba's patient yet either, and I felt quite forlorn and rejected, and I'd been with that doctor for 6 years, and I just felt like I didn't leave him well, like, because I didn't even speak to him, and I just so appreciated him so much, but I also felt a little bit sad that it just ended like that. I wasn't sure whether, like, I had done wrong by the doctor. Anyway, I wanted to do something for him, but I've just been putting it off, and I wanted to write him a nice letter, and I wanted to do it at Christmas time last year, but Christmas was mad, and you can go back and check Christmas 2023 out. I had lots of visitors, I had health stuff happening, I was doing chemo, and I just never got the time to write what I wanted to be a meaningful letter. I still have to do it. I'm going to do it today now. However, I also came up with the idea, because I'm like, what do you buy a doctor? Because sometimes people buy doctors gifts. If you've bought a doctor a gift before, can you tell me in the comments? Because it's one of those things that I just think, like, it is their job. And as a teacher though, I've had people say, I don't want to give teachers a gift because they're just doing their job. And as a teacher, I love it when I get a gift. I just feel so appreciated, and I'm a gifts person. That's one of my love languages. So, but I just think it's just a nice, it's just a nice way of saying thank you. However, with doctors, they are much richer than I am. And I've seen my old doctors, I don't know whether it's a Ferrari or something as flash as that. I've seen his car in the car park, and I think, well, what can I give a guy that has a Ferrari and he's got his bike, he goes cycling and goes over to Europe? Well, like, what do you give them to say thank you? Because, like, even if I chose a bottle of wine out, it would nowhere be near the type of wine that he probably drinks or anything. And I'm like, I don't know what I could give him, just to acknowledge you've been my doctor for 6 years and I really appreciated you. And it was a bit like a bad breakup in the end. It felt like, from me, it felt like I just ghosted him. And that's not what I wanted at all. And I thought, he really likes Star Wars. And I thought I could do up a Christmas tree and put a whole heap of Star Wars decorations. But then by the time, like, I got that idea and I thought that would be great. And then Christmas entered. Anyway, I haven't done anything about it all year. So I'm still going to go with my Christmas idea. And I just happened to catch a Hallmark special the other day, and I ordered a whole heap of Christmas decorations. And I'm going to do this, and I'm thinking tomorrow when I'm in Brisbane, because I'm there by myself, I might do my stuff at the Mater. Well, it depends what time it is. Maybe go to the Wesley first and then across to the Mater. But I thought I might go and deliver this to my old doctor. And that way he's coming into Christmas. He's got a tiny little Christmas tree that's just a little bit fun. He's got like a Star Wars poster in his office and everything. And I thought that way he can put on his desk a little Christmas tree full of Star Wars decorations. And it's a little way of saying thank you. It actually isn't going to be cheap in the end because I've got hallmark decorations, even though they were cheap decorations. And it's a cheap Christmas tree, but it's added up. So anyway, I just hope that he just appreciates it and he feels my gratitude for all that he's done for me, because he was a great doctor. And also, like, my Toowoomba doctor says, well, you know, the Wesley doctor from the Wesley Hospital, he knows a lot more about him, and he keeps on saying, well, you know, maybe you should talk to your old doctor about stuff, what to do next. And I feel like I can't because I left in this really awkward way. So, you know, I don't want him to feel like I left him because I didn't appreciate him. I only left him because I thought I need somebody who can look and see and feel and touch me sometimes, just to check what's going on. But I mean, my Toowoomba doctor is lovely, but I do probably feel more confident in this Wesley doctor. So anyway, I had some children choose decorations because we do a thing where they choose their own decorations every year. So this one didn't cost that amount of money. Wow, I hope that didn't either. I'll have to double check these prices. This one was $50. I didn't pay $50 for it. I definitely didn't, because the whole thing only cost double that. So at least I've got some good deals on things. So that's one of the kids' decorations. That's Imogen's, I think. Trent also has some in here. But yes, this is good. This is cute. Oh, that one's really, that's a Darth Vader one. It's really heavy. Okay, there's two of them. So Trent would definitely have, oh, it's a Grogo. That one feels like it's glass. And then there's a princess and a droid. I think that's from a new one. Anakin Skywalker. I think Trent might have that. Yeah, there's two of them. Trent chose one of those because Trent actually, he's got two because last year I forgot to get his. So fair enough. So that's Trent's. There was the Mario one that's in here for this year. And yes, we've got Boba Fett, BB-8. Uh-oh. How did I get two? Uh-oh, I bought two Darth Vaders. Whoopsie. Maybe I could give that as a Christmas... Oh, this is a good idea. I can give some of these for Christmas presents for teachers. I loved this one. I hope Trent was going to get that. It's a flying Mandalorian. I think that will look like really great on a Christmas tree because it'll look like he's flying. In that bit, I think that's for my doctor. I'm going to decorate it now. Okay, I have finished a great big long letter to my doctor. Put it in the envelope and let's go. Probably could do with a little star on top. Have to see if I can find that too. This is something that just gives me one of small pleasures in life. It's just seeing lovely shopping bags in the back of your car. Okay, I have got shopping in the back of my car. I figured that if I left at 11:30, that would give me plenty of time to go to the Wesley Hospital, to sit and wait if I needed to, and get the Star Wars Christmas tree to my doctor, my old doctor, and then get across to the Marta. I've done a lot this morning. I've done 2 loads of washing and picked up things around the house, but it is now 11:30. So I've got to get these things home, get them unpacked, then jump in the car. I did leave myself plenty of time, so I'm hoping that I should still be able to get across to the Wesley. I've rung them anyway, so yes. The biggest thing is the walk. Like, I know of a free car park, so walking from that car park to the doctor's office will just take that little bit of extra time. Whereas because of the trial, I get to park in the actual Marta car park. So anyway, we will get going. Oh, it's quite hot today. Okay, I've got afternoon tea for the children, And there is my Christmas tree. It doesn't stand out as much as I hoped for because the decorations blend in, and there was nothing that I could buy this morning. No top of the tree, but never mind. Hey, I'm ready to go. It's 12:12. So I'm just going to do the backward math and make sure I'm going to get there in time. I need to be at the Mater at 3:15, I think. Actually starving, so I stopped at ITA on the way to get sushi. It is so weird walking away from the Wesley thinking I might not be doing anything here again, but yeah, it was lovely seeing my old doctor, and he is kind of following my progress from afar. And I wasn't brave enough. I wanted to ask for a photo with him, but I wasn't brave enough. Got a little bit shy, but he just seemed to be really touched by the present. And yes, of course, immediate look down and went, oh, I can see Anakin Skywalker. So that's kind of cool. So I just hope he knows how appreciated he is. Okay, so that all went smoothly. You just go down for this really quick doctor's meeting, although he did take his time with me and he wasn't as rushed, I guess, because there's not as many patients in the afternoon. So the plan is now to wean back the steroid medication. He's really happy with the way that I'm responded to the steroids. And when we're back down to 10 milligrams, which is what I was on to begin with, then we can start the trial again. I can't have more than 10 milligrams on the trial. So we will see how all of that goes. And then once I get on the trial, it'll be whether that starts up again or not. The other thing I voiced was, so I'm worried about the thyroid. He's added that to the blood tests that we took yesterday for them to analyze the thyroid function to see whether we need to still play around with medication, but it will take a while for the medication to kick in too, so that might not have kicked in yet. So that is it. At least I went over to the Wesley, did something else. I really feel like hanging around in Brisbane when you just drive down for this appointment and then come back. But anyway, I haven't. I should just organise to meet up with somebody someday. But in the meantime, I'll go back to my family and be on mum duty. I had to get all the steroids. They came out and asked how many pills I had left in my container. I think it's 2 or 3. Then I rang Jonty up to count them for me, and he was dropping the triplets at cricket. Alex had a client, so I'm like, I can't pill count. But I'll be back down next week because I've got scans next week, and then I'll come back down to get the scan results. And if I don't have enough steroids, I will get more then. So that is my trip to Brisbane for the day.